We are back working on the Prelude today. So far all I've done is sprayed the engine bay with some simple green, and up in here where the power steering was leaking, it was spraying up there. But I went ahead and sprayed the whole engine bay down. I'm gonna let it soak, and while I let it soak, I'm gonna replace the battery terminals because they're pretty fucked up. I have some nice cheap gold ones. They look pretty good and they actually work really well. It's the same thing I have in my wife's CRV, so. And I bought some of these in case I needed them. Alright, let's get started. These little tiny things are the only wire cutters I could find, so I guess this will just have to work. That's not going to work. We got these. Hopefully that works. Alright, that seemed to work. I think that's about all I can get in there. I should have got bigger, whatever these things are called. Well, I would say that would work. Now we're going to replace the EGR valve. First we're going to remove this coil, that way I have better access to the EGR. The Prelude is getting a EGR code for low pressure or low flow. And so I'm going to just replace the EGR valve with a known working one that has been cleaned. Hopefully this works. Here's the one I just took out. It is super dirty. And here's the one that I cleaned and tested. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't work, you have this passage that runs along the intake manifold right here, and you see these little circles. You have to pop those out and clean out the passages because they get clogged with carbon buildup. It's a real pain in the ass, but hopefully I don't have to go through that. From my understanding, what the EGR does is it recirculates some of the exhaust back through the intake. That way it heats up the air, the clean air that's coming in, to be mixed with the fuel. It's supposed to help with emissions, but really it just destroys your engine. Okay, now we got our new gasket. We cleaned up the surface right there, and here's our clean EGR valve. Now let's get this installed. Hopefully this fixes our problem, but I kind of don't have any faith, just because the car does have 230,000 miles, and you know, it's 230,000 miles worth of carbon buildup inside the intake. So next on the today's agenda is to fix the wiring for the VTEC solenoid. The clip for that's attached to the main wiring harness is missing, and so that's why I'm getting a VTEC solenoid failure code. I bought a new clip from a junkyard, so we're just going to put the new clip on there and hopefully it works out. I also have a new gasket for the VTEC solenoid. Actually, I have a whole nother VTEC solenoid that I've already cleaned up, and I've got a new gasket, so we're going to go ahead and remove this one and see what kind of conditions it's in, and swap over to the other one with the new gasket. So we got it off, and wow, this thing is nasty. The screen is completely clogged, so even if the VTEC solenoid was connecting, maybe it wouldn't work anyway, just because that screen is so clogged. Alright, so the other end of the VTEC, the clip broke. I don't know where it's at. It was wrapped up in tape, and that's probably a good reason why the VTEC's not working. And I went to the junkyard and bought a clip, but I can't fucking find it. I've looked everywhere. So here's the plan. I'm going to connect it. I'm going to squirt some silicone into there. And then I'm going to wrap it in electrical tape. I know it's just a shit fix, but you know, that's what I'm working with right now, and I want to get this car done, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, we got our new gasket here. Here's our clean VTEC solenoid, and we're going to reinstall it, and then we'll deal with the whole wiring clip issue. Alright, now we're going to let that dry for a little bit, and we'll wrap it up with tape. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. In the next video, we're going to replace the oil pressure switch, and we're going to test the oil pressure as well, just to make sure it's good. And plus, I have this new tool that I want to try out. So please like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next video.